Everyone, my name is Jayant Sharma, and today we are going to discuss the fourth poem from your textbook Flamingo. It is written by John Keats. A thing of beauty is joy forever. As the poet has mentioned in the very first line, that a thing of beauty is joy forever. It shows that each and everything contains beauty in itself. When we look into it, we enjoy the beauty of it. Here is the background of the poem. The poem, A Thing of Beauty, is an extract from his long poem Endymion, a poetic romance. This poem is based on a Greek legend in which Endymion, a beautiful young shepherd and poet who lived on Mount Latmus, had a vision of Cynthia, the moon goddess. The enchanted youth resolved to seek her out and so wandered away through the forest and down under the sea. Here, the word Endymion is a long narrative poem in four books of about 1000 lines each, written mostly in heroic couplets. It is named after its hero Endymion, a figure taken from the Greek myth. According to the legend, Endymion was a shepherd who fell asleep on Mount Latmus and so entranced the goddess of moon, Cynthia. Cynthia is also known as Diana or Phoebe, that she fell in love with him. In Endymion, John Keats transforms this basic story into a lengthy and complicated quest in which Endymion desperately searches for a beautiful and mysterious goddess. First, we will go through the introduction of the poem. This poem, A Thing of Beauty, is an extract from Keats' poem Endymion. In this poem, John Keats depicts that a thing of beauty is joy forever. A joy even in the mirth of diseases, sufferings, and disappointments of life. This joy of beauty comes to a man through his senses. He is excited by the beauty of the external world and therefore have wonderful and delightful experiences. The trees, flowers, streams, mountains, sun, and moon are all the objects of beauty and they provide joy forever. Things like this, you will find that the poet has told us that the thing of beauty is joy forever. It shows that the thing itself contains the beauty and we can enjoy. Here is the first stanza of the poem and the first line of the stanza. A thing of beauty is joy forever. A thing of beauty provides eternal and everlasting joy. It leaves an indelible print on our mind and we relive the joyful experience whenever we think about it. A thing of beauty is joy forever. Whenever you go to visit such kind of places and when you come back, even the memory of that thing will remain forever in your mind. Its loveliness increases. Joy multiplies with every beautiful thought. Whenever you visit such kind of places and when you come back, even when you think about it, the joy multiplies. The loveliness of a beautiful thing increases manyfold each time we visualize it. It will never pass into nothingness. The joy a beautiful thing provides is eternal. The imprint it leaves on our mind is indelible. Things like this, but will keep a bower quiet for us. Here, the word bower means the pleasant in the shed under a tree or the shelter. The poet feels that a thing of beauty can never fade into nothingness. It will store for us a quiet bower full of sweet dreams. Beauty will provide us with peaceful and serene experiences. Bower, you can understand the word bower. This is like the shed, under the shade of the tree when we feel relaxed. And a sleep full of sweet dreams and health and quiet breathing. The joy beauty gives us is akin to the joy of a blissful sleep full of pleasant dreams. Beautiful sights act like nutrition for relaxes. It will drive away aggression and restlessness. Peaceful and serene experiences will be enjoyed. When we come into the contact of nature and we get a sleep under the shade of the tree or in the contact of nature, that is the bower. Therefore, on every morrow are we reading a flowery bend to bind us to the earth. Life on earth would be a pain without beauty around us. The poet feels that every morning we weave a wreath of flowers which bind us to the earth and make us live our life. Spite of despondence. Here the poet wants to tell we want to live on to the earth spite of despondence. Life is a struggle where man often suffers pain and loss of hope. The expression refers to the sufferings and hopelessness of man which he experiences at various junctures of life, of the inhuman dearth of noble natures. The poet clearly tells that man is selfish and self-centered by nature. There are few noble people who have risen above their petty differences and show magnanimity and generosity. On this earth, there is surely a dearth or storage of such noble souls. Of the gloomy days, life is a struggle for success. Our path towards success gets obstructed by the deceit and selfishness of our colleague. We become sad and gloomy when we have bad experiences in our lives. Of all the unhealthy and over-darkened ways made for our searchings, the unhealthy and over-darkened ways refers to the trials and tribulations in this journey of life. Lots of faith and disappointments are the result of our own making. Beautiful things make life worthwhile as they lift the veil of gloom, finding way for optimism and hope. Yes, now the third stanza tells that all the gloomy days, all the diseases, all the overdarkened ways, in spite of all these things, we want to live on to the earth. Yes, in spite of all. The expression refers to all the pessimistic and the negative thoughts that obstruct our way to happiness. In spite of feelings of hopelessness and gloom, we are able to find our happiness in the beautiful objects of nature. Some shape of beauty moves away the pall. Here the word is pall from our dark spirits. Beauty in any shape or form helps in driving away the sadness and despair from our life. Beauty gives joy and happiness to the human heart and takes away sadness and gloom. So some shape of beauty like this, whenever we go to visit such kind of places, some shape of beauty moves away the pall. Pall means that's a covering, the gloom, the sadness. Even you will find that this is an example that doctors, when you are in depression, you are distressed, you are a stressed one, then doctor suggests us to go to the hill stations just to be in the contact of nature, and you will find that all these coverings will be faded away. Now what will cure us? So here the poet has suggested such the sun, the moon, trees old and young. Even simple objects of nature show beauty at its best. We can appreciate simple and serene beauty in the sun, the moon, the trees. Beauties of nature have an elixir of life. Here the nectar of life. Some shape of beauties, just kind of things, the sun. Even the people, they want to visit such kind of sunset points or sunrise points. Some shape of beauty like moon, trees, old and young trees. They contain beauty in themselves, and they can move away the pall or the covering or the sadness and gloomy days what we are leading towards. Trees, old and young, sprouting a shady boon for simple sheep. The poet sees the tree, whether young or old, as a symbol of protection. Trees protect us from heat, intense light of sun, rain. They bless us with shade. Sheep is a symbol of innocence and serene beauty. The poet has made specific reference to the sheep as symbols of divine beauty. Jesus Christ was a shepherd, his sheep, his flowers. This is the innocence of sheep, and such are daffodils with the green world they live in. Meadows and pastures are beautiful and support life. True joy and happiness can be enjoyed by looking at daffodils in these lush green meadows and pastures. Daffodils and the green meadows or the green forest can move away the pall, and clear rills that for themselves a cooling covert make against the hot season. Here poet says clear rills refers to the rivers and streams. Their beautiful sight gives a cooling effect which provides respite in summers. So cooling covert, the mid-forest brake, rich with a sprinkling of fair musk rose blooms. The poet enjoys nature's beauty in the thick forest undergrowth. The mid-forest is brimming with blooming musk roses. The places, the mid-forest brake, the cooling covert or the bower, all such things makes us enjoy the beauty of the nature, and it moves away the pall too, and such too is the grandeur of the dooms. Growth and decay march hand in hand. They are two vital aspects of life. The poet sees beauty in decay and dearth of these beautiful things. The lines beautifully bring to light contrasting aspect of life growth and decay. We have imagined for the mighty dead. The mighty dead refers to those great warriors who glorified death by embracing it. The poet feels that beauty is not limited to birth and growth but can also be seen in magnificent death. All lovely tales that we have heard or read. Great men leave an everlasting source of motivation to all those who read or hear about them. A glorified and magnificent past is never forgotten. It gets recorded in the leaves of history. An endless fountain of immortal drink. Yes, beauty in all respects, whether in growth or decay, is a perennial source of motivation. It is like an endless fountain whose drink gives strength and motivates us, pouring onto us from the heaven's brink. Beauty pours upon us from the heaven. Beauty is a divine gift. It is eternal and everlasting. It is an unending source of joy and happiness. You'll find that in this poem, poet has told that not only the beautiful things, even the ruined things or the decay or the destructed things, even for example, when we go to visit the forts or something like historical places, then you will find that they are in the ruined condition, but still we can find out the beauty in them. So pouring on to us from heaven's brink, it shows that someone is there who is pouring on to us the beauty from heaven, and it is a divine gift. It is eternal and everlasting, never ending source of joy and happiness. Okay, thank you so much. This is the poem which I explained to you. I hope you understood it, and the PDF file is in the description box. You can download it. You can go through the notes of this poem. Thank you. Thank you so much.